Hello, welcome to this video. In this video, we'll understand about the planning process which discontinued in the third five-year plan. So in the third five-year plan, there were some major problems the economy was suffering at the time of 1960s. So after the year 1966, it means the last year or the end of third five-year plan, the government could not commit it for the full-fledged five-year plan. That is why government discontinued the process for some temporary purpose or for some temporary period of time. So in the year 1966. So in this video we'll analyze what was the major problem at the time of 1966. So first of all, before starting our lecture, we'll discuss about the period of this plan holiday. So first we'll write the period, that is 1966-1967. This was the first year. 1967 to 68 and 1968 to 1969. These 3 years government introduced the yearly plans only, because after the year 1966 government could not commit it for the full-fledged five-year plan. So we stated the main reason behind the discontinuation of the planning process, or we can say that postponement of the five-year plan. The first major reason was war. We discussed in the last video about the third five-year plan. We discussed about the major problem that was the two war India fought at the time of third five-year plan. The first war India fought with China in the year 1962 and another war with Pakistan in the year 1965. It means the war diverted the resources from the development purpose to the defense purpose. It means India were lack of resources, and at that time the war devastated the economy at the end of the third five-year plan. The second point is a drought. So in the year 1965-1966, India experienced one of the major droughts since independence. So at the time of 1965-1966, India were suffering from lack of food supply, and India was not able to supply its food to feed the people. That is why the second point, the major point, a drought occurred in the year 65 and 66. That was at the end of the third five-year plan. The third factor for the discontinuation of the planning process was external sector crisis. So this was the major factor, because external sector crisis. We introduced the basic and heavy industrial model in the second five-year plan, which was based on the Mahalanobis model. So in the third factor, we imported a lot of heavy capital goods. That's why India was on the deficit side in the balance of payment situation. That is why in the year 1966, India devalued its currency. That is, India devalued rupee. So rupee devaluation was the third major factor for the discontinuation of the planning process. Now understand the important point, that these 3 years, this is not a five-year plan, this is yearly plans for the 3 years. So this is a major factor. This is not a 3-year plan, this is the yearly plans for 3 years, next 3 years. It means in the year 1969, we introduced the fourth five-year plan. That we'll discuss in the next lecture. Now some silver line of this period, that is the period of plan holiday, these 3 years, there were some silver lines. Like first, agriculture production went up. It means due to introduction of a high yield variety seeds known as HYV seeds, we introduced high yield variety seeds that were the part of Green Revolution. We'll discuss this major portion, that is Green Revolution, in a separate lecture. But for this video, HYV seed and the introduction of Green Revolution led to the increase in the agricultural production. This was the major silver line of this 3-year period. Now the second major factor, the government was able to control the inflationary tendency. In the third five-year plan, India was suffering from major inflation due to shortage in the consumer goods industry. That is why in this 3-year period, we were able to control the inflationary tendency in the economy. So this was the major factor, because India being a major labor surplus economy, and with the lack of food supplies in the third 5-year plan, it led to the lot of inflation during the third 5-year plan. But after this, after the third 5-year plan, it means the plan holiday, we were able to curb the inflationary tendency. So this was the major 2 factors. Another 3 factor was consolidation. Consolidation of Indian economy. This was one of the major factors, because after the end of the third 5-year plan, we were suffering from lack of resources. That is why consolidation is very important and very vital in order to introduce the fourth 5-year plan. So these were the major silver lines, and these were the major problems. That's why we discontinued the planning process. Hope you like this video. Please share and subscribe this channel. If you have any doubt, any recommendation, any feedback, you can mention in the comment box. And thank you so much. You can also contact with our email ID, that is, and also like the Facebook page of Ecoholics. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.